Yes, no, Bravado, massive. Hello, Shasha. We can't even put on the glasses. I need you to help today with the comments and shit. Look, I don't even know what happened. I looked down,
Yeah.
and I just saw it on the back. You know when you can't even be bothered to get Vex?
Oh no.
Good evening, Spotlight. Yes, Nat.
Hello.
Hello, love. Thank you for
shit.
It looked like you got on too.
It looked all right. I thought that was the styling pattern.
Yeah.
I should pull it back then. Where is it? I dashed it.
Yeah, man. It just looked like I had on a little scarf. You know what I mean? Like me lying and I'm not drunk.
Yeah. Look, it's not even. Where did it go?
Natalie does every other week. Natalie is a co-founder of No Bravado, but blatantly said from the very beginning, I cannot do every single Tuesday. Like we cannot. So I appreciate you doing.
That's all right.
Doing it, babes. I appreciate you coming back this week, man. Bella's gone on the high. Bella's gone AWOL. We don't know when Bella can come back. If she can come back.
Oh, bless her.
Bella's like, bye, bitches.
Yeah, Bella was like, blood. I gotta go and make some money. I feel you. I hear you. So go forth and make your money, queen, and we'll see you when we see you. But I was just explaining to Charlene, you don't have to try and help me out with the comments because I'm not going to be able to read them. I'm sitting in class today like this.
No. The ghetto.
I don't even know how they broke. It's
they had
really
the come out as well.
The screws in there, I think it just snapped off from the thing. So when they were trying to show me glasses yesterday, because I went for my eye test yesterday, when they were trying to show me, I was like, I love them, but put them right back on the shelf. I'm not spending big money on glasses anymore. I'm not doing it. When I come down to trade in Birmingham, I'm going to ask you to take me to your lens shop, Shasha.
Yeah.
Let me put your lens. I do it. I don't understand. When I looked down, I was saying to Charlene that I couldn't even be bothered to get Vex.
This was like, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. It's been 3 years since I had the eye test because I ain't been back. I don't go from I can see.
You're like me.
I can see, I'm good. You know what I mean? But this was like, go get your eyes tested.
Go and get it.
Yeah, I need you to help with the comments today. Good evening, DJ Amorous. Evening, ladies. Hope all is well. This is how I'm going to literally have to hold them like a magnifying glass. Like
hey, good evening.
I was trying to sit in the class and do my little work and just felt like an idiot. And then it was just big Gucci. And then I got these ones, but these ones are for driving.
Yeah.
But I can't see. I can't read.
Oh, no.
Can't read, but I'll do it. I said, no, put back the Gucci ones right back on the shelf, I'll do it. Because if it just pop off like this, I've had them for 3 years, but still, I must have sat on them and my big ass and I don't even know that Miss Tani. Because I'm like, how? What? Why? How? Anyway, moving on. How's everyone's week been?
Wow.
It's Tuesday. It could be Friday. Over it already.
What about you, Shasha?
I got my all clear. My 3 years all clear.
Oh,
so yes.
All right, ready again.
Yep. When I came in the hospital, because I phoned him Monday, and I was like, he was like, "When did you have your scan done?" I wanted to know when I had my scan done. It hadn't been a week yet. I was like, "Oh, it was I think about a week ago, just over." He was like, "Oh, the result had come back." I was like, "Okay, then cool." So I thought I'll give it till Friday. Today I was like, "I ain't waiting till Friday. This is to come out my head." So she goes to me, "Can I?" That's why the secretary. She goes, "Can I call you Shani or Miss Sammy?" I said, "You can call me Shani." She goes, "Every year you do this." And I said, "I know, but I'm sorry, you're not sorry. I can't wait. I'm impatient." So she's like, "No, you're fine. We'll see you next year." I'm like,
oh, perfect. So talk me through the process of that. Do you do that because you are half expecting bad news?
no, when you go through, I don't know if it's any type of breast cancer, but my one, because it was so aggressive, they said they have to give you 5 clear years before they say you're
I
in
get all
total
of that.
remission. Yeah.
No, I get that. What I'm asking is, each year she says to you that you don't wait, you phone, you're impatient. Is
Yeah.
it because you're that worried that it might return, or what is it?
Yeah. It is. It's in a for me, it's like once I've got the news, I can be like, it's either going to be good or going to be bad. And I think for me, it's just a case of just hearing I've got it rather than waiting. I hate that anxiousness of
The
opening
grace
the
of it.
envelope. Yeah, so I'd rather just hear it and then I'm like, okay, I can deal with it. I know deep down that nothing is wrong, because I'm always over consciously just checking all about the place. But yeah, it's just I just
Nice
want
to
to
get the
know.
confirmation.
Yeah, I'm not. My anxiety will go through the roof. I can't sleep. I'm just overthinking things. So just let me get it out the way. When the letter comes, it's cool. It's there. So yeah, but yeah. So
Well, congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations. Gary's going to be joining us, but he says he's going to be a bit late. So do you want to go straight into the first topic then? Is there anything that we need to say?
Take back D'Angelo.
Oh my God, I literally just read it and then it went out of my head when your news came. So I decided to celebrate. But yes, D'Angelo, R.I.P. D'Angelo.
51.
Fighting cancer, isn't it?
Yeah, pancreatic. It's just dropping down, boy. I'm just like, oh God. But yeah. Not good.
First thing that came to my head with that is so he's got a kid with Angie Stone. He's got a child. I shouldn't use the word. He's got a child with Angie Stone. So that would be both parents then.
Yeah.
Within a short space of time, which is quite
so sad.
Yeah. It's terrible, man.
But yeah, R.I.P. to D'Angelo. Definitely.
Not good.
Yeah. It's not good at all. I've got some topics that I want to discuss with you guys. But if you've got anything that you want to point me to, let me know. But you know, never do something, just do it.
Yeah.
No, you actually picked one. I was going to ask you to talk about the one about people and coming back to you only when they need you.
All right, we'll do that one
on the thing.
Yeah, because that one got an overwhelming response. I really want to chop that one up, but as it's just us girls for now, let's just do this topic first until Gary comes.
Sorry, I'm doing lots of sharing and stuff, guys.
That's me too.
Yeah, I've got to share as well at some point. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I already know what's coming. I can just see the writing.
Don't got no job, I'm gonna put you on how you can get you a place to stay for literally 6 months. So boom, first thing first, what you want to do, maybe go talk to Church's Chicken, KFC, or something like that. Want to find you a BBW. And listen, do not be biased about no BBW. I know niggas be saying they don't want no big girl, but gang, you're fucking homeless, nigga. Beggars can't be choosers right now. So boom, what you gonna do, you know what I'm saying, find your BBW and shit like that. Find you a good one though. Most BBWs have good jobs. So you find you a good BBW, you know what I'm saying? She probably got her a good little corporate job, good little desk job, because she ain't doing too much walking for sure, 100%. She got her a good little desk job, maybe a little security job. She don't do too much standing up. She be sitting down all day at the desk. Boom, that's perfect. She probably got her own crib and everything. That's how they usually come. Own crib, car, maybe like 1, 2 kids. Shit, it'd be best if she got none. So boom, you see a little BBW and shit like that. You hop down there, you compliment her overly. Damn, I like your hair. You know what I'm saying? Even if her hair was fucked up, even if her teeth yellow as hell. Well, I like them pretty ass white teeth. Well, I like that dress on you. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Overly compliment her. I can get your number, Instagram, whatever. Now I'm saying she'll probably pretty hard to get a little stuck up and shit like that, but she gonna be overly flattered that you even hopping down on some shit like that. Cause most niggas is not hopping down on big girls these days for sure, 100%. So boom. You know what I'm saying? You get an Instagram, get a number like that. You know what I'm saying? It should probably take you like 2 weeks. Probably take you up to 2 weeks to like until like what you link up with her. So boom. I feel like the 2 weeks hit you talking to her. You know what I'm saying? You probably smack on the first link, real shit. If you applying pressure overly, smack on the first link. I know, nigga, you don't like BBWs, but gang, you gotta put yourself sacrifices, nigga. Remember sacrifices. Sacrifices first. So boom. Smack the BBW. But listen, once you smack, gang, you have to deliver the best strokes you ever did in your life. Like you have to be on your A game, 100%. None lazy, none quick and fast. You got to be in that bitch overly, like overtime. Okay, so once you smack that shit down to the floor and shit like that, you gotta tell her, you gotta hit it with a software. You gotta know how to like work your software. Alright, well, guess I'm finna go back to my car. Guess I'm finna go back to the bench that I sleep on. Boom. To a certain point, it's gonna get to a point where like mind you, it's gonna be under less than a month you knowing this hoe. You gonna get to a certain point where it's like, why am I letting this nigga come smack me and then go live in a fucking car? He might as well move in. Boom. Now you got your roof over your head. You done moved in with shawty, even if she got a couple kids. You run the fucking house. You fucking the mama, so you can tell her, you can tell the kids wherever the fuck they want. Wherever you want. It don't matter, they 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nigga, you fucking the mama is your rules. Nigga, fuck the mama. It don't matter. She paying all the bills, you ain't paying shit, nigga. It's your house. So boom. She smacking the shit, you know what I'm saying? Income. You'll probably be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe bring your PlayStation over, playing in the living room and shit like that. You'll be cool without a job for the first 3 months, 100%. Once the 4th, 5th month hit, that's when she can start questioning your job like that. That's when you got to start looking for a job, you know what I'm saying? Start putting out job applications, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 months hit. You probably a couple job vacations, you know what I'm saying? You get you a job, run your sack up, save your money. Nigga, do not start paying them bills now. She was doing it before you had a job. She can do it now. She can do it still by herself. It's not your fucking house. It's her house, gang. You know what I'm saying? Stack your money up, run your little sack up and shit like that. And then once you do that, shit, you been in for a cool 6 months. You ran you up a couple thousand. Shit, you might as well leave the bitch.
No words. Don't ask me.
Why did my track come on? Just in the middle of that. But, what are we thinking?
You know what? He's not wrong in what he's saying to something, because some women do get caught up in that trap. Especially in the winter time as well. They want somebody with all the sweet talk and stuff, but then it can only last for a certain amount of time. And for some reason, it seems like men who don't have anything have the most amount of chat to get themselves a little break.
Nat, what do you think? Natalie's face says it. I can't see a bitch. Here I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dating pool.
Right. Oh God.
These are the mindsets. These are the people that we are left with to sift through, to try and find a husband or a man or something. This is what this is the type of these. Okay,
pestilence. She's a pestilence. Just looks like a flea bag. I don't know.
He looks like he's got long, dirty fingernails. You know them, man. Oh, I can't even believe he had
the audacity.
You got there's no shame.
That part.
But you said he's not wrong in what he's saying. So what are you saying, Charlie? That
No,
women need to be on their game, basically.
Yeah, he doesn't have no shame. I'm not saying he's right in what he's saying, but he shouldn't have no shame. He should have shame. But like I said, there's women out there who get caught up in that stuff. All the, the fancy words and I'll run your bar for that. One of my cousins used to be like that. Like, are you dumb? Like, and they're complaining because a woman's complaining about you don't work, bruv.
I'm not banning something where you don't work. You don't have no prospects.
Right.
Homeless. What the fuck? I'm doing it. I'm not being no one support worker at home.
Right.
I'm not trying to be a house in Office of Blood.
No. I'm not saying I need this. What I don't need a Build-A-Bear like that. I'm not doing that. So that's the first mistake.
Someone give me everyone comment under the live in the group, please. I think I've run out. But yeah, I haven't even
been on there. Everyone. You don't like me. Hold on.
Thank you, DJ Amorous. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Congratulations, Charlene. Big hugs, he says. Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about as well, Natalie. Oh. So yeah, are we done with him?
We're done with this.
Yeah.
I can smell
him. With the record. Let's see what the Noble Bravado Massive had to say actually before we. It's gone. Even Facebook don't want it.
Yeah. That's the kind of shit they should be banning. That's the kind of propaganda they should be banning.
Well, let's see what they had to say. Hang on this one. Let me share my screen before we move on.
That shit's wild. I'm sorry, you're a
no, but he's saying it with his whole chest, and he hasn't even got like a mask on or nothing. So he's just saying it with his whole chest.
And the thing is, this is where I have to be rude because it's not about this, yeah. But you don't look like you've got no skin in the game like that.
To be talking like that. Why don't I want to show you?
You've got nothing else to lean on. You need to pick a struggle, bruv. Like, you're not cute. You're not.
What's happening here? Yeah.
You don't even look cute.
Right.
Yeah. It's not letting me do the comments under the post like it normally does. So I'm going to have to do them to the side with my wonky glasses. You guys just... Oh, why is it doing this? Hang on a minute. Yeah, let me stop sharing. You guys keep talking whilst I figure this out. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Go on.
He must, in my head, like, is he like? Are you doing that for clicks?
No, I do think that there is that kind of mindset. I remember one of the things I dated a guy. You don't know that I don't really have boyfriends like that. If you know, if I do, I'm gonna have a boyfriend. So my last proper boyfriend, when we why are you doing this bullshit? When we broke up, he just, the universe is just funny how it aligns.
Yeah.
He started talking to other people online, but one of the women that he was speaking with was a friend of a friend who recognized the picture from a post, who was like, ain't that Trisha's dude? That, like, so it got back to me anyway, right? And what's the likelihood? This is how I know the universe has got my back, because what's the likelihood of that, that coming back to me?
Yeah.
But it did. And one of the things that he said to both of the women that he was talking to was that he was using me because of the proximity of my house to his workplace. Yeah. So, he wasn't homeless, but it was more convenient for him to get to work from mine to his. So that was part of the reason that he stuck around. And he said that to 2 different women. So I have to assume that's true. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So I do think that mindset is out there. I do think that people do use people for their own convenience, and it's a shame, but it happens. Just is what it is, isn't it?
Like I said, I know first-hand people that do that, so and don't have no shame in the game at all. They need a roof over their head. They ain't doing nothing with their life, and they want to be driving around the next woman's car, eating at their food. They say, "Oh, but I run them a bath. I rub their feet," and they complain when they say, "Oh, but you're not doing nothing." You're not. You're doing all of what she can do for herself. So think about it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Are out, blood.
Yeah, but I think it's worse around. I think it's worse when it gets cold as well, because everyone's looking for someone to cuddle up to.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
It's so much chest as well. It's like everyone men would be patting him on the back.
Yeah, sorry, say that again, babes.
The fact that he's saying it with so much chest as well, like other men would be patting him on the back.
But there probably is a community of men that will be patting him on his back. Thanks, bruv. Do you know what I mean? There probably is. For whatever reason, it's not letting me put the comments. It's not letting me see the comments underneath. Oh, okay. I don't know why it's doing this. It won't let me do it. But and some of them were funny as well. All comments. It's not letting me.
Should I read out some from my phone?
Yeah, please, because it's not letting me do it. I don't know why.
Tazzy Taz says, "Never have." Hold on.
I was going to say, "Never have I ever."
Yes. No, hold on. I've got the wrong one. I'll just read it. Hold on. Again, I'm reading the wrong one. Oh God, where you gone?
It's Hobo. Good evening, little Miss Simpson. How you doing, sugar?
Oh yeah.
It's Hobosexual season. Natalie, could you see it on your phone?
Oh yes, I got it. Oh, 11 comments, right? Dion says, so now they're giving lessons.
Right, they might give tutorial how to be a pop.
Al Harvin has said, if you allow someone to move in and their presence is not beneficial in the area of bills getting paid, food, etc., then that person should not be allowed to move in. Growing up, when I became of age, I could obtain employment where my peeps made sure I got a job and contributed to the financial well-being of the house. I expect no less of someone who's living with me or vice versa. You put agreed. Trisha's put agreed. That's how it should be, but this hobosexual thing is becoming a real issue lately. Morals have changed.
Yes.
He's put Al Harvin's put, that's true, but the reason for the change is that many didn't stand their ground, that they become weak and gave in. That part. Anderson Dassey, is it Dassey or Days? This is a boy, not a man. Trisha's put, they're men in big age do this. Anderson put, they can have a big age and still act like boys. Then they're still boys. We have to call it what it is. How do you put Mimi?
Just say Kwame.
Kwame, sorry. Let's get it real. 80% of these cases are usually women begging or asking men to move in with them. This summer alone, I've been asked by 3 different women to move in. First of all, where I work and where I live is perfect in terms of travel. Secondly, I've learned many lessons to never ever leave my own place and go live with a woman. The minute that first come out of my flat, and now with social media, next minute you're using black bin bags and getting in the Uber pool to move your stuff. Man, them don't do it. He said again, yeah, the deadline for a roof over your head is the 25th of October. Make sure all start out yourself. Which time coming in?
The 25th of October.
Make sure all start out yourself before the clocks go back, and or else it's a cold summer. Oh God!
I was trying to find what's the topic today. Yeah, we're talking. Yeah, he's a scumbag, says Joshua.
He is.
We got to meet little Miss Simpson the other day.
Yes,
really nice to meet you in person. She's so cute and lovely. It was nice to meet her in person, man. And then she had a bone to pick with us. She was like, and this is the thing, you know. She said, I got one bone to pick with you lot, though.
Go on.
You don't put my birthday in the thing. And it's because
we don't have it.
Some of us get reminded. So now I think I'm going to make friends with you. I'm going to send you a friend request, and it will be me, so that we could. I think I might have put it in my diary when she told us, so we could give her, because she is actually one of our active favourite members. So yeah, we've got
when is the birthday?
It's August.
Oh,
August, so we've missed it. But hi, Jigga.
Oh man, we're sorry.
Yeah, but it's not everyone's birthday. Remember when we put out? We should do that maybe every year. When we put out. Last time we would put out what's everyone's birthday twins, and that's how we gathered a lot of birthday information, because we are big birthday people over here at No Bravado, so we love to celebrate us. So
we're sorry.
It's so lovely, and it was really nice to meet her in person. And anybody else, because she's not the only person that has said that to me. Anybody else that wants to be shouted out on their birthday, send me a message. Send us a message. Send us inbox. I get a lot of them in my personal, and I miss some of them because they be sitting in the requests for ages. But then when I catch them, I catch them. You know? Yeah. Because it's usually, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I get frightened of my DMs.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not going there for ages. Sometimes they frighten me. I'm not going to lie. You just don't know what you're going to go in there and find. So really true. Some real, and now it's hobo season. You have to wonder what them words.
Yeah. Well, now we know that.
Listen.
Natalie, this Facebook picture is deadly.
Yeah, bad.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what it was? It was a video. Imagine, it was a video, and I screenshotted it at the right time. That's what that is.
Bad man picture. Anyway, yes, Jigga.
Yeah, Gary.
You're on mute, I think.
Yes, I know. You're right. You're right. I'm good. Yeah.
You're right, Gaza.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, cool,
did you see that video about the hobosexual man?
Pardon?
The man giving tutorials. Let me take these off because I just feel like a damn fool. It's so bad. The man giving tutorial on to how to, if you're homeless, not be with no income.
Yeah, well, they can't live with a woman, innit?
With a big black woman currently.
A big black, okay.
A big, nice, fluffy.
Okay.
Apparently,
she's gonna be so happy for the attention, and give her the best stroke of your life. Can't be no weak stroke. When you get in there, you have to put in overtime. And then she's gonna fall for you and then invite you in. You got 6 months until she gets fed up with you because you're not gonna be contributing anything. Anderson's saying this guy is a fool, but I'm saying it's more common than we think.
Yeah, but I know enough people do that.
Right.
I know enough people do that. If you don't need anyone, let me know. I'll send them to you. Send them your way.
Nice, all right, you know.
You don't want
Everybody knows what to say on the screen anyway.
Homeless, no.
Yeah, you know what? The funny thing about that is, I always say this to some of my girlfriends. Is some of my friends went to live in Barbados a few years ago, and I went to visit them one time, and there was an argument with one of the guys they were dating and stuff. And I said to them, I don't get it, yeah? You lot live big England to go to Barbados to meet these boys who don't have no helms. They have a pair of Timberlands, some shorts, some shiny skin, and a wash pack, 6-pack. And you lot what the hell? Man lives on the beach. He's only tramps, but he lives on the beach. And you lot are dating him. What? Go on.
Yeah,
Bit of shiny skin, 6-pack. A pair of G's, cut down G's, a pair of Timberlands, no socks, and they're walking on the beach, and you're chatting them up. You know, I come up to you like that. You don't want to look twice.
No
I don't get it. And then you want to call off that homosexual because what? It's out there.
Yeah, stupid. Just create more of them.
And see, when I see Natalie go, Dominique can come back with one of them. What?
Imagine
No,
growing up a man child. And then on top of that, I'm gonna have this bum around my kids.
Yeah.
playing FIFA with your son. Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah. I use up people a little. Yeah.
I can't think of anything worse.
But like I said earlier, if he's watching, because he's gonna be so vexed with me. But me apologize, but it did happen. Me not tell a lie. But with my guy, he wasn't homeless. But like I said, it was the convenience to get to work.
Yeah.
He said that to two different people, and we were already in a long-term relationship. But obviously, when it came to an end, that's when that came out. But it wasn't that I'm homeless, so I need her to get a roof over my head. But I need her for convenience and to save Zone 1 travel fare.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't get me wrong. Don't go like I've never thought to myself, oh, you're dating someone and it's more convenient to get to work or whatever. All right, she lives 10 minutes from my workplace. I can just roll out. You mean those things go through people's hands all the time. Not say that I don't like the person. Not say I don't like them, but if you think, oh right.
No, but if they live near your work,
but if
you discover, oh, okay, cool, I might stay at yours tonight because it's right near my food. Like that's
That's different, but that's not what he was saying. What he said to two different people was that I was just using her anyway because her house was in close proximity to my workplace. Yeah. Now, I'm saying, as the woman, you can't say that to me because what you're going to use me for. But do you understand what I'm saying? But
just using her as a HPU. Get the fuck out of here.
HMO. House of
homeless persons unit.
Jacoby Simpson said, I know there's a shortage, but how are women allowing some of these dusty brothers to finesse their way into their homes? You never hear what him say. You have to give them the wild stroke from the beginning. It can't be He's basically really whipped them from beginning. Some people are just easy to really whip.
You can't willy whip me jobless. It just doesn't work. That's
because you had it properly.
You see what's unattractive? Watching a man chill all day, every day, chilling. What are you doing today? Chilling. If you don't have a job because you're in between jobs because you're looking for a job because something happened at your last job and you're looking for a job, that's one thing. But when you just don't have a job, you don't have a home, and that's it, and you're chilling all day, I come home to you with your foot on the sofa. I couldn't even lips you about willy whip you. I would never see it.
Oh, but hold on. By that time, you already whipped.
No.
Yeah, and another thing.
Go on.
And another thing, like if it's a sensible guy, when you're coming home from work, he just leaves about 20 minutes before, and then comes back. Oh, I've been looking for jobs all day, babes. I've had a hard time out there on the street. Have you cooked any food yet?
I'd bust him up.
Have you cooked any food yet? I'm so
Gary's
hungry.
a wind up, because
he knows damn well. Gary's
no cookie is that sweet. Sorry,
Right.
Sorry, Carl. We must change up the words, but it shouldn't be. But it happens. But it's wild, but it happens. So ladies, men, because I do think it happens to men as well. Does it happen to men, or is it just reserved?
Well, it does. I mean, sometimes you get some waste girls are going to come around your yard and then not working on want to tell you about or get their hair. But it's acceptable, isn't it, for the girl not to work and for the girl to go and get her hair done and go on lunch? It's acceptable to be a housewife or I'm a housewife. It's acceptable.
I don't know.
No, it's not acceptable the other way around.
It's acceptable if you look a particular way, but if you don't, it's not going to be. It's not going to be acceptable. Because I know the trophy wives that certain men go for, it will be acceptable, but for average woman, it's not going to be acceptable. I know that. All right, moving on. So I don't know if you lot heard about this, yeah. But I want to play it for you, and I want to see what you think. So,
a second.
You okay?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
1 sec.
So, I don't know if it took place over here, but I know there was this big thing in America where a lot of people thought that the rapture was going to happen. You know, the rapture that's described in the Bible. Yeah, that the coming of Jesus was meant to happen. It was meant to happen in September, but apparently they got the date wrong. And it's meant to have happened in October. But there's lots of people who really believed that this rapture was happening. So let me share this with you, and then I just want to ask what you would do. So this is taken from a YouTuber that I watch. Her name is Jenny. All things Jenny. She does the most interesting videos. She does she gets you different TikToks and puts them together and into a subject matter, and then she'll give her opinion at the end. So yeah, I'm gonna just play a little bit of her video because I don't know what her rules are, so I'm just gonna play it. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right.
So I have to come on here and say that I willingly gave up custody of my 6 kids to CPS because of the rapture. Before you guys come for me in the comments, you have to think about this logically.
So the mom that gave her kid to CPS because she thought the rapture was coming. Have you not read the...
Devastated. To the guy who sold me his house for $10K on the 21st because he thought the rapture was going to happen on the 23rd, well, it's the 24th, and you're not getting your house back.
Hey, to the person who sold me their car on September 21st, this is September 24th, and the rapture didn't happen, you're not getting your car back.
To the dude who sold me his Aventador S because he thought the rapture were like, we were just praying because we have all this money, we want to give it away. I'm here. I'm here for the coins. Give me the coins. I'm here. So they were like, we were in church and we prayed like, Lord, we're going to order this Uber, and whoever our Uber driver is, we know that this person is going to need this money, so we want to go ahead and bless them with the money. You can. So look it. So they give me like this bundle. So it's like a bundle.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Yes. Look at you.
Well, all right. So there was a smidget of that's a smidget of the amount of people who got caught up in this. So someone sold their house for 10K. That Uber driver had that big bundle of money. People were giving away their life savings, selling their Lamborghinis for cheap. And I just thought there was an aunt that gave her niece 40K. So the question that I put in is like, if the rapture didn't happen, if you was the niece or any of these people that received this money and the person came back and said, I want it back, would you give it back? You're muted, Gary.
Why am I giving something back when I've already paid for it? Or I bought the thing.
knew you was going to say that.
If I'm giving you money for something, that's gone, isn't it? It's gone, mate. I mean, you ain't getting that back.
Yeah, I think, like, if I was that much of a decent person, I wouldn't have taken it in the first place. But
Right,
clearly,
exactly.
I'm not, so I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
I'm taking advantage of, because I'm in my head when I'm taking it. I know there's no rapture, happening. But I'm like, yeah, all right.
Ever.
In that case, I wouldn't be giving it back. The right thing to do would be to give it back, but then the right thing to do would have been to take advantage in the first place.
But hold on. So if the my thing would be,
Rapture's coming, why would you sell it? No one.
No. If you're a Rapture,
that was my question.
No. If the Rapture's coming,
no longer leave it. You missed the whole point about material and worldly goods. No longer leave it.
But if the Rapture's coming, right, and for example, the guy who sold the house for 10 grand, you're making a profit of somebody that you know ain't gonna be. So you're just as bad as me.
True.
You're just as bad as me. Yeah, it's so rude. Keep on the thing.
I just loved what you said.
It's true.
No, but it was the woman who gave her 6. You have to. I don't want to play too much of her video content because I don't know if we will get struck or whatever because we're live on YouTube as well. But I find her content really interesting. All things Jenny, hop over and check her out. But it was a mum that gave away her kids because she was saying that, you know, when I get raptured up and like when it's time for the rapture, I can't be cutting grapes for my kids. And even if I don't get raptured up, then I ain't going back for them kids.
But if you believe in the rapture,
when the kids be with you, when the kids be with you,
he would not be.
The kids will go first before she does.
He would not be approving of that, so you'd be gone.
Right.
But she basically said,
"Fuck them kids." Fuck the kids. Yeah.
Yep.
Now come on in the house and say bye to Charlotte.
That's what she basically said. But I think she's just tired of being a mum because I don't understand how she's a mum of 6 and she used the rapture to give them up to CPS. So my mum was saying she thinks it's some sort of cult or some sort of brainwashery because other than that, it doesn't make no sense.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense at all.
Hey, Josh, I hear you, brother. That's me too.
Just I'm keeping everything, to be honest. I'm pissed I didn't meet anyone to give me anything. No. The Uber driver, he got that big bundle of money. I don't know if it happened over here because I didn't hear anything about it. I didn't hear anything about this rapture over here. So if only Americans were.
But you know, America's mad, innit? You know, America when it comes down to religious things, right? They're proper off their heads, like literally.
Right.
I mean, like it's like a cult thing. They've got people who sell holy water that's gonna make you get money on TV. Like you go watch the American TV channels, people have water in packets and sell it for $10, $5.99, put it in there, and the man says, and then you got other people going, yeah, I got the holy water and I put it on and I got $20,000 and on live, like you know, on Britain, advertise certain things because it's live. The what's the big Ofcom won't let you pull it up.
Yeah,
America's clean.
Yeah,
got people whole packets of blue. Yo, send $10.99 and get your free copy of this. Some white guy get your free copy of holy water. Spread it on yourself, and you will get money. You will get your house. You will get thing. And then you got people saying, "Yeah, I got my house. I got my debts paid off." And the people are like, "Yo." And obviously, people are buying it because the man might put in TV adverts out.
Right.
And it's not even on idiot channels.
I don't know. I'm a huge believer in karma, man. I really am, and I just think when you're out here robbing people and doing trickery to homosexual on your way into their yard, it's just not right. But I'm trying to think. If someone said to me, "I'm going to sell you my yard because I'm getting raptured up," I'd be like, "So what? You don't think I'm getting raptured up as well, then?" Do you know what I mean? But after I've got out of my ego and I took the house, because I would, 10 grand. I could go get a personal land loan for 10 grand tomorrow.
Right.
I don't even have to think about a mortgage. I just go get a personal loan for 10 grand tomorrow and pay that off. But would I give it back? Because would I be able to, would my conscience eat me up? I'm trying to, I still haven't come up Because you damn well know that the person's going to need their house in a minute because there's no rapture. It's not happening.
You tried to scam me though, like Gary said. You tried to scam me.
Why? Why did they try to scam me?
Because if you know it's a rapture, why are you selling the house? I'm not going to be able to use it.
Yeah, but you might not get raptured because you're a heathen.
You're taking a chance.
Some people are get raptured and some people not. So the people who feel so, not everyone's getting raptured up. It's only certain people. Like,
So
when
why
you know
are you getting raptured? How did you?
Who, me?
No, I'll ask the person. How did the person know they're going to get raptured?
He feels them get raptured, isn't it?
Them listen too much Nita Baker.
You're
too foodie that I can't.
Too much
but I thought that was really interesting. So we're all saying unanimously on this stage that if we were given, we would first. So if someone offered us a house for 10K, we're taking it.
Well, I'm either not taking it. I'm not going to take it and give it back. So my moral compass has got to start with whether I'm taking it or not.
All right, so we're taking it.
I'm already done. I've done the deed. Like, I'm already.
For my giving you a 10 grand, yeah. If you want the house back, you got to give me 40.
And I'm going to be like, if you believe you're being raptured, why are you charging me? Like, just give it to me.
Or just get raptured. The material things that you're leaving behind don't matter. You've missed the whole point of the freaking rapture. Do you know what I mean? So you're supposed to forget everything, all worldly good.
Yep.
And whatever, who's got to duke it out? Whoever don't get raptured out, dukes it out, isn't it? But why are you selling? What are you going to do with that 10 grand? So when I was talking to my mum about it, my mum said, well, maybe they need it for Vex money so that in case they don't like the rapture, they can try.
They can come back.
Oh,
rapture Vex money, you know. I'll boss up. My mum's too funny when she's ready. But yeah. All right. Next topic, guys.
Oh, and talking about thing, did you see that thing I sent you, Trisha? The
what?
The on Instagram, I think I sent it to you, of the man offering a man $5. It's the funniest thing I've seen.
I haven't seen it. Send it to me now, and I'll play it.
It'll be on your Instagram. I sent it to you, but you play that. That is hilarious in America.
Send it to me on my WhatsApp. I'll look at my Instagram in a minute anyway.
I'll try and send it out. Keep talking. I'll send it.
So this now, Natty B posted this, right? And I'm quite sad about it because this post got 3,500 likes and 960 shares. It reached 2,074,000, excuse me, people is who it reached, and it seemed to be overwhelmingly agreed with. And the caption was, some people don't care what you're going through. They just hope that you're okay enough to still come through for them.
Yeah.
And it was worrying the amount of people that agreed with that.
Yeah, but a lot of people agree with things and I do them as well. Everyone feels hard done by. You get it. So there's some people there agreeing with them that are that person. Have you ever seen a hater post about haters? I just think, are you fucking having me on? You're one of the biggest haters I know.
You're the hater.
Haters, you know, when you got haters on. I think it's sad, but what I think is sad is that posts like that get the most attraction. All the negative things that you're meant to feed into. And I saw something today that my friend posted, and he just had snippets of negative posts like that, and memes of people shouting at a Karen, something like that happening, just negative things happening. And he's like, don't get caught up. don't get caught in it. Every so often he would come back in after each video and say, don't. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like we're in this negative, that's relatable to so many people. But when we put good things up in there, we get nothing. So I think it's sad that a lot of people go through that, which I know they do, but I think it's so sad that those are the posts that get the most.
But do you think it's because it's everyone's lived experience at the moment that they just can't trust anybody?
Yeah, but I think some people are just negative. I see some people and all I see them post is negative shit. I can't. I've unfollowed people for it. I've just seen, and I know it's not at me because I don't know you like that, but I'm not, because I just can't. They talk about haters. They talk about, oh, you thought you outsmarted me, but I outsmart. You know, all them type of memes. Don't trust the family that can't do with this. Don't do that. It's exhausting and post like that all the time. But all the time, everyone's going to post that something like that once a while or whatever. But every day, 10 posts a day of that. I think some people are the things that they post about, and you think, are you fucking joking? I think sometimes people want to be a victim more.
Right.
Post victim shit. Like they're hard done by and they're so real and everything else and everyone else is fake.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people like that on social media, and it's just off-putting. You know what I mean? To even look at. Yeah. So I do think it's some people's lived experiences.
Yeah.
But I think if people really looked truly deep within themselves, is it your lived experience? What do you do when the tables are turned? What kind of friend are you? Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I mean, to be honest with you,
people like to feel like everyone's hating on them, or
they're
the this, they're the that. It's like the cool thing to post. Do you know what I mean?
But some people, I said, I mean, saying this to people before, like you're not the same person with everybody, are you?
No.
So some people may be a bit take from you, but with someone else they give. So it's kind of, you know, that whole people are different with different people with different relationships and stuff. So you can't judge. I mean, people put posts up like that all the time about that's not so I don't so much call them negative, but kind of about talking about human nature. Some friends, it's basic human nature. Like some people take and some people give, and some people are balanced. It's human nature. There's hopefully in your life that you know more kind of balanced people than givers or takers. That's all it is.
Yeah. I think that's
there's a
true.
lot of people. Yeah, go on. Nah.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. And I think if you're going through something in that time, thingy, but you know, then to people just put it at every day just cause. Like every day.
Right.
Every single day.
Contributing to the negative energy of it.
If you're going through it, you're going through it. That's something else.
Go through it in silence.
You know what? When you're going through things always pop up.
Gary's told you that.
Silence, yo.
The Kaiser Soze. That's Gary. Kaiser.
Listen,
I get it. I'm just saying, if they do it for that, it's just people that post that kind of shit all the time. I just think, oh my God.
I had a conversation.
Go on.
Yeah, I had a conversation and I was saying, we were talking about being, I think I showed it to you lot before, that if I was ill, I wouldn't tell anybody. And then people are like, no, I want to know, but how are you helping me? You can't fix me. So what am I just telling you just to make you feel better and I feel better? And you come and be, sometimes I don't want to think about things. So leave me alone. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't need to share everything in your life or be that whole negative thing all the time. You go back to Alison. Go back to your thing, Trish.
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading some of the comments. Yeah. So you're saying that if you got sick, you would just
suffer my silence. You can't help me. I want people coming, oh, you're right. Move and go away. Leave me alone.
Margaret Wilson said, yep, if you don't fit the criteria, you seem to become irrelevant. Sad, but finding out how true, unfortunately. So people seem to be going through, like, I I was taken aback by the amount of interaction that this got. And I was like, my God, like, do you know that, you know what, sometimes my algorithm wins, says Alicia Monk. I found out 2 years ago that I have a very complicated medical condition, and I am still through that testing stage, which sounds ridiculous, but most of that time has been due to waiting times. And apart from the condition itself, one of my biggest struggles has been the amount of people, family, friends, and others who really don't put in any effort. I don't expect people to throw me a parade, obviously, but I know if that was them, I would turn up for me. I would turn up. So for me, things like this are actually really helpful in remembering some people just really don't want you. They just don't want the energy you would give them. So thank you to who originally made this post. I'm going to save it so when I need it, I can look back. It's interesting. So just basically saying that people don't care, and sometimes you just need that reminder to just get on with your getting ons. There's hope. There's no hope, only expectation. I know that only too well. More interested in whether I could drive her than my health. Some people care and support and give their precious time to you. See if that feels better. There are some baddies, but I believe there are more good people like yourself in the world. See if that feels better. Yeah. Choose to be optimistic. It feels better. Reagan Parkinson. Everyone's saying it's true. Sad but true. It's not going to effing happen ever again, says Maxine Bates. Undeniable. I feel that from people, then those people are removed from my life. Suffocating personalities are not welcome in my life. Depending on what you make and what you're going through, a moral, acceptable end for them to see it as worthy of you struggling to be respected. I don't know. The way some of these people write makes you sound like you can't fucking read, and I can't. I'm here with one arm on my glasses, looking like I can't read. It's not a good look. Do you know what I mean? Literally holding my glasses in place.
Should I read one?
Yes, please. Someone else can read one. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people don't care.
Right. Sue Rowland said, a lot of people don't care, but hope is a tiny voice, but a powerful one. That one word, some, which means that the opposite is also true. I hit rock bottom, and I'm not afraid to say so. I am a very strong lady, but I hit rock bottom due to much grief all at once, and family and friends I thought would be there for me were not in any shape or form. But others were a neighbour, an old school friend, and my disabled son and his carers. They have nothing to gain, but still stepped up and said, "We've got you till you are again. Till you are you again." A blooming miracle in plain sight.
Yeah, and I think that is definitely the key to that way of thinking, because I've definitely been through some disappointing scenarios in life. And as Gary was saying earlier, there's some people that you would mention my name, Trisha Blake, and they'd be like, I love her. She's wicked. You know, she's great. My experiences with being with her have been phenomenal. And then there's other people that like Trisha Blake, that crosses when she's dead. Like, there's people out there that love you, and there's people out there that hate you. I think some of the letdowns in life is having expectations and from people. So because you are a particular person, expecting people to be like you is where the disappointment comes from. And I think what she's saying here is true. I've had disappointing situations with people, but I've also had some really beautiful experiences with people. So I don't want the bad experiences to rob me of the good experiences that I'm having currently and that I could have in the future, because I think people are shit, and that's the box that I'm putting myself in. I think if you are a particular person, like I said, I know myself. So there's people out there that are gonna dislike you, and there's people that are gonna like you. It just is what it is. But if you know and you're true to yourself and you know who you are as a person, you're gonna hit rock bottom at times. That's just life. But you're always gonna, I don't know, for some reason I go through really challenging times, but then the universe just puts beautiful people in my life and I just get by. You get through to the end of it, regardless of how challenging it is. And it's never usually the people that you expect it to be from, but the beauty of it is that it happened anyway.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the only person that you can, or the only thing or the energy that is going to step in for you at any time is what you believe in, your spirit, your God, your version of whatever that is. But it's not necessarily going to be people, but then it comes in the form of people to do beautiful things somewhere down the line from somebody that you just wouldn't expect, and it happens. So do you know what I mean? But I did find it sad that this was the post that everybody, but that message that she said, Sue Rowland said, I was like, yeah, man, from you can recognize the blessings, you're halfway there. Most people, that just hit the nail on the head. My life right now, there's someone super close to me. They don't give a shit what I'm going through or how I'm feeling. They just want me to be there and come through for them. This stupid idiot put all their feelings and emotions to one side, always come through for them. I don't know what that means. But yeah, a lot of people are feeling have expectations, says Tazzy Taz, from others, then you will never be disappointed, and stop giving so much of yourself to frenemies. Loyalty and trust is not for everyone. Absolutely. Your version of loyalty and your version of trust is not always it doesn't align. And I think rather than forcing it to align, you just separate yourself and move on. If basic to me, what's basic forms of loyalty, if you don't get it, then you don't get it. The seasons come to an end, and I hit that. But I do feel like I do, like Charlemagne the God, I said it the other day, and he was saying that good people are out there catching hell all the time. But he was like, I promise you, good people, your good karma is going to catch up with you at some point. And because he was talking about Diddy, and he was saying Diddy was living the life for many years, but then his karma caught up with him in the form of this. Caught, go into prison. So everyone has their season. So I wanted to talk about that, just to say that I hope that anyone who's watching or who feels like that, I do think that there's always going to be storms. And I do think, as Tazzy said, having expectations from people is where the disappointment comes. But you're always going to land on your feet if you're a good person. You just do.
That's it.
Yeah.
You just come through it.
Never over.
And that's the thing. And once you stop, that's a lesson that I learned very, very harsh. Stop expecting people to be like yourself. But I'm not going to allow somebody who doesn't appreciate or respect me as a person, what I do, just because I want to do it, not appreciate somebody else who showed me that same level of respect and care and love. But yeah, some people do. Some people do like, oh, I'm not going to trust anyone no more. And not everyone is like everybody else at the end of the day. Like I said, as long as you know that you're true to yourself and you don't change who you are as a person, you will be fine.
I always say there's two types of people like that. Actually, I said this to a person I work with, and they got annoyed. But I said, you got people who I like you until you do something wrong, and there's people who don't like anybody until they do something nice. So one of the girls, Barfish, she hates everybody. Her starting position is, I don't like you, and then eventually I like you. Most people start off with,
who's this?
Someone I work with will be like,
okay,
everyone, she just doesn't like people. She's like, oh, I don't, and then eventually she warms to you, but like most people are like, I like you until you do something right. But she's more like, I don't like you until you do something right. It's that type of thing. And that's how people are.
Yeah, my mum is like that. Whereas I'm good until you do something wrong, and it depends on what the something is. Trust is a big thing for me. Trust and loyalty. If I can't trust you, then it can't run. If I think you're disloyal, I can put you in your place. I'm not necessarily saying that we can't be friends on both cases, but you got to know where to put people. But I don't know. I like to live. I like someone said in the comments. It's nicer to just be optimistic. And even though I've had bad experiences, depending on who's telling the story, it depends on it's going to depend on whose fault it is. But from my perspective, some of the things that I've experienced haven't been nice, and I don't know where they came from. But at the same time, some of the things that I have experienced with other people have been great, and I don't know where that's come from either. But I'm enjoying it, so I think I'm just choosing to focus on the good and not take it personally when certain things happen, because it seems to be happening to everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Don't take things personally.
Yeah,
Can't take people personally, because I said most people are just thinking about themselves in their moments, and not worrying about. And then if you kind of challenge them or tell them, or this time, I didn't really make it. Want you to feel like that? I wasn't thinking about that at the time. So most people are just kind of living in their bubble, kind of rolling with what they're rolling. You know what I mean? They're not thinking about how it's affecting other people.
Yeah,
there are some people.
We're just in a selfish time then.
Yeah. I think most people are quite selfish. Like most of the world is quite selfish, and especially when you put them in certain positions, then people just don't
care.
They do things and they're just like, oh. You see someone struggling, and you see people struggling, and then you kind of you just leave them there to struggle, and you're thinking, but why? And you can help them.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you ain't got time or anything. You just like, even sometimes, I remember my partner's son was walking down the road, but they went out, and there's a man outside the shop begging for some money or whatever. So they walked off, and when she turned back round, she said she saw him give the man £5 out of his pocket, and she goes, "I was back."
Her son gave the £5.
Yeah, £5 to the man outside. And then she come back. It wasn't young, but it was like maybe about 12, gave him £5. And he's like, "Well, I've got it, innit?" And the mum was like, the mum said to the phone, "Make sure that's his money. Make sure you do something good with it. Don't you?" Like, but he's like, "Well," but I said, "Well, we had a conversation. I'm like, well, but don't you want him to be grow like that, to kind of want to help people?"
Yeah.
And I know most people be like, right, because a lot of us grow up quite cynically and think all these people are scammers. They've got big houses and whatever, and they're just trying to scam. And I think maybe part of our kind of makeup is always, especially in today's society, we're always thinking about people trying to get something over us.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, you know what, I did it with a clean heart.
Yeah.
I helped you.
Yeah, so whatever
whatever you do, that's your business.
Yeah.
That's my standpoint.
Yeah.
I've done it with a clean heart. I've done it because I wanted to help you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought you was in need. Yeah, I thought you was in need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Little Miss Simpson said, I've had my storms, and I've been shocked at who instinctively stepped up and who didn't. I'm naturally discerning, so very careful who I get close enough to even to have expectations of them. Yeah, I hear that. It's never the people that you think would, behave in the way in which you've been there for them, or whatever the case may be. But the fact is, there's unstoppable sort of resilience, and you do get through. So like I said, you got to think whatever version of your God or your spirit or whatever it is, it's always going to provide. Do you know what I mean? It always does. And I like the fact, because I'm very kind in my heart, so I will give my last. And I think where we are now is that people feel like in this world that would be exploited. So that innocent kindness, it has to be protected, because you will get eaten up out here in these streets, and it shouldn't be like that. But at the same time, what Gary's saying, I think is true, that what's in your heart is in your heart, and whatever the person does, whatever their intent is, they got to wear that, they got to carry that. But I'm sad that the majority of people seem to be going through that experience where people just don't seem to give a shit. But
to say that the 2 things I sent you. The first thing I sent you will fit nicely. The first one.
Now. No, this one's giving money out the window. The one I've got loaded.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
All right, hang on, let me share it now.
It's quite funny.
Your sense of humor, I have to worry about though sometimes. What am I going to? Oh, it needs to. It needs.
I give you $5, you walk over here.
I just look at you crossing.
I was just about to say this is very explosive.
What's happening?
I give you $5, you walk over here.
Wow.
It's the laugh. But then it's Gary busting up for me.
But then when you can't really walk later in life, remember your scam in the chair, isn't it?
That just made me laugh because.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
It made me laugh because literally the man's in a wheelchair.
And that's what they said. We'll give you $5 if you walk over here. And he got up, he hesitated, and then he thought, "Fuck it." And then you walked over to get the $5. And this is what I'm saying. But your karma that you're creating for yourself, you got to deal with that then. Because if you're scamming people out of money, pretending to have a disability, when you get one, I hope you can deal with it. Do you know what I mean?
I hope you can manage, bro.
Wow. What was the other one? Let me have a look at the
other one. That was just funny because it's kind of, that was just, you may have seen it already. That made me cry. That one made me cry.
Hang on. Let me share my screen. See what Gary's up to now, because Gary's sense of humor, boy, lord. Scary boy. Not that one. This one. Share. I wait a whole week to get glasses. I've got to be like the one-eyed bandit out here for a whole week. Ugh.
Look at that.
Are you guys cops, or you just identify as cops?
Look at this. A transgender cop car. Look at that.
Are you guys cops, or you just identify as cops?
Look
at this. A transgender cop car.
So stupid.
What do you identify as cops? Blood. Oh, lucky you didn't get arrested for that.
You know?
That killed me. I was like, you just identify as cops.
A lot of them just anyway. All right, last topic. Carl, we might finish early if you're watching, but I'll text you in a minute. because this is the last topic that I have, unless you guys have got anything. But I wanted to ask Natalie in particular, because Natalie keeps me up on my. She keeps me up on my Black history because, to be fair, she knows a lot more about it than I do. I know a fair bit, but Natalie's the girl when it comes to this. So I don't know if you guys saw that Lenny Henry had been saying that he thinks that we should get something, a few
Reparation.
billion reparations, but a few trillion billions. Yeah. So this person, Lynn Me, I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Does anyone know who she is?
Yeah, she's just a social commentator and a bit of a wind-up merchant, I think, sometimes. Possibly.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying. I don't know nothing about this gal, but she says, so Lenny Henry called for the UK to pay 18 trillion in slavery reparations. They must have had one piece of laughing either. 18 trillion. Ninja, it's never gonna happen. But no, it's just never gonna happen. 18 trillion. So she says Africa must pay if Britain must pay. Africans brokered the sale of slaves from other tribes and captured, sold them. No, they were not forced with guns, they wanted to. Many Africans have admitted this. When the Brits abolished slavery, Africans continues to capture and sell slaves to the Arab world. Major African slave traders were King Capella and King Tegbesu, who made a lot of money by selling African slaves. There are many more who have amassed great wealth from selling slaves to Europeans and Arabs around the world. What are your thoughts on that?
I hear what she's saying.
Well, Joshua said
she's an idiot sometimes. She's an idiot. I hear what she's saying to a certain degree. But I think we need to go to the source. I wrote something down a long time ago about reparations. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't think they have the money for the reparations. That's
not 18 trillion anyway.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Yeah.
They don't have it. It's free labor. It's stolen land. It's systematic barriers that we still deal with today.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a lot because it's like we're conditioned to kind of undervalue what was taken.
No, I think the 18 trillion is probably about right. Are we going to get it? No.
We ain't getting it.
It's what I'm saying.
We ain't got it. I think I hear
keep talking.
I hear what she's saying, but I just think stop taking the heat off the motherfuckers. Let's keep the heat on them right now. I get what you're saying. We know historically that they sold out, and we know that story. But let's talk about the people that came here.
But can we talk about just that without talking about our part in it?
No, but I think you've got to break it. You've got to go after it one by one. And I think whilst we're going after them, if we're going after them, let's go after them. We go after the others after. Let's go after the people that continuously do this.
For me, and I said this before, when you look at the slave trade and stuff, yes, there was Africans that were selling people to other people, but I can give you £1,000, yeah, and you can give me somebody, and that person works for me for 10 years for free. That's more than £1,000 I've given you. That's 10 years worth of labor or 40 years worth of labor, which works up way more than the initial money that I've given you. It's like a business, isn't it? So the Americas, the Britain, the Europeans, the Dutch, the Portuguese benefited hugely from the money or the free labor or the captivity. You took the resources and built empires on it, and left our countries sodden with nothing. And when I say our countries, I'm not talking about the West Indies, because the West Indies isn't technically all ours. We were taken there, dropped off there. But Africa and those countries, the continent of Africa, they restrict resources. They've taken cobalt. They're telling people, what's that country at the moment that has all the cobalt to make your phones? They're all trying to flood the market, and they have all the actual companies are digging up so much cobalt out of the ground, it was cheapening the value of it. So that government had to do something. I can't remember the name of the government. Had to put something in place where it had restrictions of the cobalt. They could leave the country, so the price could go back up again, and then they could start making money because they were losing. And it's not just now. It's been going on for years and years and years. And then how the money that the chief of a tribe got for selling someone, that done long time. You're still living off the Industrial Revolution. You're still one of the major countries in the world. We haven't got that kind of capacity to have the money saved in banks, or we didn't have banks. The man spent it on whatever they spent it on. It wasn't like before where you could save the money. They started selling cotton back to people. They started making things. I mean, and that's where the money is. They had a product. You said, I rather have a product than money. Money don't do nothing. The product's what is ongoing money. You're gonna keep making money for years and years and years.
Yeah, resources.
Resources. That's resources. I mean, I did a course years and years and years ago. One of the for VSO. One of the best things I ever. I was quite young, so I didn't know much about banking and stuff like that. So they gave us we're all a country. So Trisha say you're America, I'm India, someone's Africa, or whatever. So everyone was different countries. So England, America, all they had was like scissors, tables, rulers and stuff. And people like India and Africa, we had paper. And what you had to do, the more complicated the shape you cut, was the more money, the more it was worth. So what they done was you had to kind of negotiate and say, okay, give me some paper, I'll let you use my scissors for 5 minutes and cut some shapes and stuff. Halfway through it, the organizers, who were the World Bank, came round and gave everyone more paper. Now, what the hell does Africa or kind of, we've got paper up to here. Why do we need more paper? We don't need paper. We need the tools to manufacture the paper. So, but because you gave everyone more paper, we're sitting with another 2 feet of paper, and then the Americans and English and other countries have got the scissors, cutting it, we're using the rulers, cutting up, making all the complicated shape, and we're just ripping it with hands, and all we could do is fold over, which was worth like 0.001 pence, whatever. And it just shows you how the world works. So they don't help us with resources. Yeah, they just give you more money. They lend you money that you've got to pay back.
Yeah.
And then once you pay it back, you've got no money, and because you've got no money to pay back, they take your resources. They take your gold, they take your diamonds, they take your cobalt, they take your thing, and it just strips you. Money doesn't do nothing. Money doesn't do nothing for nobody. That's why, not to be too political, why they killed off President Gaddafi, because Gaddafi said, you know what, I don't want to use the dollar as the base rate of the world. I want to use gold. We've got gold, America said, we're not doing none of that.
Yeah.
We use the dollar. Countries like the Arab countries have said, no, we don't want to use the dollar as the base currency for the world. We want to use gold. We want to use oil, whatever. And they're saying no.
No, because it cuts them out of the game.
Cuts them out of the game, and then makes them think.
It gives people an even playing field as well.
Yeah. There's like a few things I've been asked this before, funnily enough, a long time ago, especially when we was doing What Next, and I've had discussions with my ex about this before, and I've actually got something in my notes from Imagine like 2016, right? So, first of all, there's like a power imbalance, so we need to get that correct. Okay. And then it's not all Africans. It wasn't all Africans all over the place, because before there was like the colonial borders, there was hundreds of different distinct kingdoms, different groups, tribes, etc. Some of them were manipulated, coerced, deceived. Like European traders would bought guns, alcohol, and all kinds of goods in exchange without really knowing what was going on. Then the transatlantic slave trade itself was industrialized by Europe. Africans didn't build the ships. They didn't design the plantations. They didn't plan this. They didn't create different global systems to do you know what I mean? Commodify other human beings for themselves. Europeans scaled the whole thing and profited from it. The end. Africa got nothing out of it. Nothing. And the power imbalance is a real thing, because you can't equate local conflicts and limited slave trading in Africa to a whole global radicalized system of slavery that spanned from different centuries and all different continents. You can't. It's like blaming someone for getting robbed for handing over their wallet to the robber. They were like, "Take it, blood."
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's not. So it's not as simple as, oh, it was just greed. The power imbalance was real. England didn't just decide, oh, they were going to come. This Europe, Spain, Portugal, they didn't. They came with whole infrastructures, plantations, slave trade. Their whole infrastructure was built by them.
Yeah.
To the point that it went on for centuries upon centuries. So I'm not saying that the people that did sell and whatever didn't do anything wrong. What I'm saying is the equation, if you want to get to the people, you need to get to the European slave trade. That's who you need to get to. But that's who you need to be focusing on, because they scaled this thing, they built it, they designed it, they radicalized it, and they did what they had to do to get it.
And the thing I also say, yes, there was slavery, because of course there. But at the end of the day, who built the pyramids? It wasn't the bloody royal. It wasn't the pharaohs, was it? It was they had slaves building the pyramids. So
yeah,
it's not a thing. And as Natalie says, it's when your slavery is. And not slavery is never right, but when it's a couple hundred people here, maybe a couple 100,000 people, but in Europe was millions.
Millions, right?
Millions.
And the thing is,
you've got
Europe are still profiting off it now. Their whole generational wealth is built from it. You're going mad. You can't. Their whole generational wealth that they have now. Britain, Spain, Portugal, France, and America, their banks, their ports, their families, all their wealth is literally still, they're still today. And we are left with a short spot. And then there was still a lot of them African regions and tribes and that were destabilized, they were colonized and all of that due to that. So you can't charge Africa because it's actually historically a little bit inaccurate, and it's not it's morally it doesn't
adjust. And you've got to think, as I said before, as you said, Natalie, they scaled it up. And like I said, I'm not saying there was slavery in England. When I'm in England, they had the poor people in England, whatever, doing their thing. But once you get to a scale when you're transporting product, which are Africans, transporting them from one place to another place on an industrial, like how China sells us junk from Temu, that type of level over here, giving us products, and like I said, I don't matter how much money I give you, if I can take a human being and make them work for me for 30 years, and if I give you 10 grand for them, I mean, if you give me 10 grand for someone to work for me for 30 years, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to make more than that. It's I know that.
And the thing is, this is how I would end it. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, yes, the trade and the slave trade, whatever, it had some African participants, but the system, the profits, the whole global racial hierarchy, was built and is still maintained by this day by Europe.
Yeah.
So, when you see black people at these stupid racial rallies, so does that mean we shouldn't ask for reparations and cuss out the white people that are doing that because there's a couple black people in the crowd that don't know themselves?
Right.
With a British flag running around like an idiot. You know what I mean?
You know you're gonna always find one.
You always find an uncle or a stupid person waving the St. George's flag with the big skinheads running around in the thing. Yes, there are participants, but they didn't build that. They didn't create that march. They're just an idiot.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've always said, I mean, money flows through. And someone explained it one time to me, like, if you think about it, if you've got money, say go back 5 generations, 6 generations, and your great grandfather had some slaves, and then say on the 4 generations ago, slaves were given up. But you got the money from that generation that went into the 2nd generation. But the person after you ain't got no money. The slave people ain't got no money, so they're moving to hand nothing over to the next generation. But that person's already handing over the year before and got interest on the money and all the assets and their housing. Don't forget, it's only if you're an old black woman in America, say 95, you remember slavery, like some parts of the South. There's black people in America that are still alive that actually experienced that. My aunties were busked into school. That was in the 70s. I went to America, people being busked into schools. It's not And I know people always say, "Oh, this person was involved, that person," and I'm not justifying anyone being involved, whatever. But at the end of the day, back when in the 1500s, 1600s, it was the strongest survived, the strongest of the fittest. Yeah. So if you had more technology, you had bigger guns than someone else, and they did. It wasn't just Africa. It was South America. They went and stole all the jewelries, all the inkreds and the diamonds and all their things. They stole them out of those countries. Most of these countries didn't have half of what some of the South America, Africa, and all those places have. But what they do have is a propensity for violence and to develop weapons. I mean, and don't forget, even with guns, England and them didn't have guns. They went to China, and China had fireworks and all that stuff. They got the technology from China, guns, and then brought it over there, and then thing. I mean, so
because that is something that I've been hit with before, and I wasn't really entirely sure how to answer it, if you want the God's honest truth, because we did sell each other out, and we still are to a degree. But does that make what you've done to us? Well, you do it to yourself, so why can't I do it to you? Like, does that make it right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's.
I've always wanted to get to the bottom of the history of that, so I could have a decent comeback, if you like.
I love that topic. Sorry, as you probably know, I like burst at the seams when people say that, because when they say it, I'm like, oh, let me get you together.
Right.
Because it's just an easy thing to say. It's like, this is complicity. This is as simple as it is. It's complicity, and it's fragments of participation, not industrialization and the European thingy still profiting off it. You're comparing that to fragments of participation and complicity from some people. They're whole world powers. These are world powers. The West, have come. It's not the same. It's just not the same. And you can pick out the couple people that did, but on a whole, a lot of them just came and took. yes, there were some people that sold, but a lot of the Europeans just came and took. They sought out their thing, they did their research, they built their infrastructure, and they came for what they believed they should have.
For your neck, boy.
That's it. And whether them Africans were complicit or not, they were going to do it because they had everything they needed.
And Tazzy saying that hang on. Tazzy saying, is it Igbos enslaved Igbos for punishment of crimes and sold them to the Arab world well before the Europeans' intervention?
Probably true. I'm not saying it wasn't true, but I'm just saying if you done something wrong, a crime, and I sold you as a slave, that's a different thing from selling you for a business. You know what I mean? It's industrial levels. It's different.
It's different.
It's different, and I'm one of them kind of about slavery and kind of what it was. But people just need to work. We all at the end of the day, just because there's always been people who have been complicit and have sold people out. That goes out, and like a bit of what I said earlier, it's human nature. At the end of the day, some Europeans come over to certain countries, bought them a couple bits and pieces, said, "Yeah, look, this tastes good. Taste this. Do you want more? Give us 10 people. I'll give you a crate of that."
Right.
If you don't know better,
if
you don't know better. In the UK now, you'll be arrested for that.
Yeah.
If I come up to you, Trisha, and I know you've got some piece of artwork in your yard which is worth, say, £30 million, and I convince you to give it to me for £10, you can go court and say he skanked me. He didn't know the full.
So do you think the rapture people could do that?
Yeah, of course. Like that, you can't do the rapture with that. They could go get me caught. I'm behind it. They ain't finding me.
But you could have the person done for exploitation.
Yeah, you can have it done. Because if you know that something's worth a certain money, and you tell people, you convince them to give it to you, you can take the person to court for that.
Yeah. Just look at the
Joshua saying, go on that.
No, so just look at the aftermath, and it tells you who was the perpetrator in this. Europe built generational wealth. Africa was left with generational loss that we're still dealing
trying
with.
To recover.
And it's like, I don't know, man. I just think that they literally built empires off our blood, like ancestral blood. You can't charge Africa for a crime that was funded like that. Europe are still profiting from. It doesn't make sense.
I hear you.
The distraction.
All right. Even if you think back to the 80s, 90s when Nelson Mandela was in thing and all them and the South Africa and the whole thing they were getting with. I mean, and you had people like Winnie Mandela's football team putting tires around people and burning them and all kind of different madness.
Yes.
Human nature is mad. People are mad. And that's because we've got 100,000 mad people in the world. Doesn't mean that everyone else needs to live by that same thing. And I know we're not getting no money. But we deserve opportunities. I mean, when they talk about when you're not qualified but you're getting jobs places to get jobs, we deserve the opportunities to start building certain things up. I mean, we deserve that at least.
Yeah, the comments on this post, they're saying, someone said she hadn't a clue. We always get that coconut, don't we? No, Lin me, chat your shit elsewhere. And by the way, you look Chinese. What are you doing getting your high yellow self involved, Ina? Go sit down in a corner and keep your mouth shut, said Robert.
Jesus Christ.
Said Robert Maximus. I'm not sharing them because I don't think these are our comments. I'm not sure. So I don't want to share them because Facebook's doing something funny today because I don't want to share it in case it's not mine. Linby is a pagan, but I agree 100% on this one, says Don Dubois. Don Dubois, but Dylan said, Don DeBar, but Africa is not a country, so how can it pay? Does that include Madagascar, which wasn't even a country at the time, or now Arab countries seem more? This is funny. So I guess they go back and forth. But I disagree, but I hate that I'm never able to articulate fully why I disagree, and that's why I wanted to pick Hughes Lot's brain on it.
What do you think of it now? What do you feel like? Was we waffling? Sorry.
No, I get it.
I feel like I'm waffling sometimes.
No, I get what you're saying, because you're basically saying that we shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. So if it is that, what made it stick was when you was like, well, that's like being robbed, and then the person saying that you must pay because you had to give over your wallet, but of being robbed, what are you going to do? So it's a case of not being put. We shouldn't have been put in that position in the first place. But going back to what Tazzy Taz said, if we were selling out each other before the invasion of the Europeans, then are we saying that it is what it is? Or are we saying that, okay, even if we did do that, because of the infrastructure that they then built and how they turned it into a capitalist sort of conglomerate, that's the issue.
No, I think when they did it before, it was literally a crime and punishment. So it was their when they did do that, it was their thingy of like the electric chair or going to jail. So I would sell you. You do like a bad enough crime, I'm selling you.
Right.
I don't know if it's even that. For me, it's kind of, as I said before, throughout history, from you talking about England in the 16th, 15 with not Henry, what's his name? William the Conqueror, had slaves. They had people, not black people, white slaves.
Yeah.
It became commercial acceptable to have said, you know what, these people look like us. Let's not do us. Let's get these other people who don't look like us to be slaves. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, every country in the world has had slaves. Don't mean when the Swedish people or the Norse people came to England and raided and pillages, they took back slaves back to their country to do things. Every country had done it. Doesn't make it right. It happens. Now, the European people took it to a different level. King Leopold called how many people in the Congo? To how many millions? 20, 30 million people he killed. There's levels to the game, yeah? And that man leveled it up.
Just took it to a next level.
Just took it to, you know what I mean? So
took it too far.
You had tribes who argued with other tribes and may have captured a couple people and had them as slave working and beating them up and things that happened. But when you start doing like a whole country, like millions and millions of people, and their children's children were slaves.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, but in one of our Black Excellence award winners was watching the show a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that they at the time they were still kind of arguing in France about the description of black people, their official black description of black people, being described as objects, and should that be changed or not? And I'm like, is that even a question? But apparently, in 2025, a lot of African. Joshua G. Miller said a lot of African slave trade was based on people that were poor wanting to be slaves. They wanted somewhere to live and to make money. European slave trade is a whole different thing. Africans weren't lynching people that no longer wanted to be slaves. They weren't peeling off their skin to make shoes and belts. They weren't creating beading colonies, etc. Yeah, African slavery was not based on forced free labor. Well, very well said, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Very well said, Joshua. Them uncles want visas. Went on to say, so you just spoil up your eloquent description to say the uncle them want visa.
Even in the 18th century, right? It was costing about $4,000 to do like a slavery voyage, to go and sort out fix up the ship, get them out there to go and get the slaves, they would get a return of about 8,000. So it was profit all round from them. It was a win-win, and that's in the 18th century.
Right.
So it was all about money and power. That's it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, and you're forgetting. You're also forgetting. It's only a few years. It's only maybe 10 years ago they stopped paying the slaveholders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still getting
paying it for all this time.
Yeah.
You don't think that you're gonna get out of it already? It must have been. Oh, hang on. The uncles want visas. What happened after the uncles wanted visas? Hang on. I'm struggling with and without the glasses. Yeah, there was one from Daryl, but it's not going back up. My comments thing's not going back up. Darren Yankee Cole.
Oh, he's got America really hasn't changed much.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Joshua says that all them uncles wanting visas was based on Natalie's comment on supporting the flag flyers.
The ones in the rally, because it's stupid. The ones in the rally, we can look at the uncles. When we see an uncle or an auntie or anybody in them stupid rallies, we go, idiot. Or when they go, black people just need to, when they're talking, we're like, shut up, they're an idiot. Because we know that whole rally of 20,000 people, they're just participating like a dummy. Yeah.
I saw one that was dressed in the last march that they had. Did you see him? The uncle in the British hat, suit, tie, shirt, shoes, and was basically saying that, you know, we're lucky that they let us come into the country. And I'm like, oh my God, what?
And that's another history lesson. That's another history lesson. It's not even their country. But we're not going to do that today.
Do you know what? I was being a bit feisty last week. I think last week, and some guy had a flag on, Union Jack flag, and he had it on, and he was chatting, going, giving it all the big one. So I asked him a question: You like the Union Jack, yeah? Why are you wearing it the wrong way around? It's it's upside down. It's meant to be the white line. I remember this from school. The white line was meant to be at the bottom. And you had it the wrong way around, so you went upside down. Like, you don't even know which way the flag goes. You're talking
right.
It's when I saw Dizzle the comedian's thing. He was like, so you're in the middle of protesting, and then you stop to get an onion bhaji. Like, please make it make sense. Like, in the middle of your get out of my country, let's have an onion bhaji. The ridiculousness is.
Whiteness only came into this country became white only in the 17th and 18th century, you know. So
what was it before that?
It was like a plethora of different races. Literally. It became, its whole whiteness came about in the 17th and 18th century.
Okay.
It actually had a lot of African people on the land. But
where did they come from then?
That's a whole.
It's a whole next thing.
It's a whole breakdown. Yeah.
Because I know that there were black people all over the world, including the cold parts, but I don't know. I guess it goes against the ideology in my head that we all come from warm parts of the world, but that's not necessarily true then, because we were scattered all around the world.
People traveled. Don't forget. Well, I mean, talking years and years and years before.
Yeah.
Like, the continents most of them were together. There was land borders between countries. You could walk, and people used to roam.
Yeah,
right.
And the Romans themselves, there was a lot of black people.
Yeah, Rome.
In the Roman Empire time.
Yeah. I mean, the Roman. And sometimes, there was princes and stuff in Rome. You had what's his name? What's the one? The elephant, Hannibal and that man there, and what's the other one? I forgot his name now. Genghis Khan, all them man there. There's tons. I mean, people round. People went. Humans have nature to go and conquer, explore and conquer. That's happened. Do you know what I mean? So there's people all over the world. Why do you think the Egyptian pyramids and the Aztec pyramids look so similar? It wasn't like two people thought, oh, let's build something. These people left from one place to go to another place
and build something.
And build. Yeah.
So
Roman Britain, it was Roman Britain before. The Roman Empire, it was stretched from Britain to North Africa to the Middle East to Morocco, Egypt, Sudan, and all of that, Libya. So all the Africans were Roman citizens. They were soldiers. They were traders, officials. They weren't outsiders, and there was not this classist and racism thing. There weren't this racism thing. It was more of a class and citizenship thing than a race thing. But that went across all races. But there were black people in good positions in the Roman Empire. And what English people need to remember is that it was a British Roman Empire before it was anything else, and that was quite multicultural.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you have it. One last topic. We've got 10 minutes or 5. We'll sign off soon. Carl's not gonna care because we're coming to the end. But I just want to get your thoughts on this before we sign off. But a really interesting chat. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting chat. It's good to talk. And I think more conversations like this need to be had. I went to a book, Blactionary. It's 2 women that have got together. I don't know if you remember them from Quincy's show that when we went for my birthday, when they wrote this Blactionary book, and it's like loads of different words and what it means to us, and it's a book for everybody. So they have these different book events, and me and Dawn, it's kind of our thing. We go to their events as much as we can to support the cause and whatever the case may be. But one of the things that I said was that, they were talking about teaching, because there's a head teacher in the audience, and they were talking about teaching the young people Black history. And I was like, and please, can we start teaching from before slavery? Because that's the part of the puzzle that we really need to connect with now. We've connected to the resilience of slavery and how much we've overcome and all of the rest of it. And, but we do really need to start connecting with what it was that happened before those atrocities took place. What was we actually doing? Real life stories. We need to start teaching that. So yeah, I'd welcome those types of conversations on there, Nat, if you're up for it from time to time. So give us a little history lesson. Let's do it.
I did go on.
No,
interesting. It was interesting.
Yeah.
So good to know. And me, Big 50, still don't know some of these things. So we've got to change that for the youths them coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the important thing to take away is that the world has always been classist. It's always been like that from the beginning of time. It's always been classism. It was never racism. Racism came a lot later.
Designed,
and it was brought in by the same very Europeans. So,
but and it was only designed to separate, because basically people were getting together and they were going to mash up the ruling class. So they had put a design in to split all these groups that they had they put as one, as to separate, to make them feel like, oh, I'm because I'm white, I'm better than the black person. Because I'm black, I'm better than the Asian. So that everyone's separated. That's what it is. I mean,
it was too powerful. A lot of the black countries, Arab countries, Arab countries kind of remained in their power for the most part, but a lot of the black countries were the most powerful. We had some of the strongest people by DNA, by structure, some of the most riches, resources, the infrastructure of different like colonies and stuff like that were brilliant back in the day as well. We were rich and we stayed rich. We had amazing kingdoms and amazing warriors. And I think you know, when you want something, sometimes you've got to play the long game. And so what they had to do is they had to break us down bit by bit. So you break down, you separate them from their family, you use repetitive language to make them think that they are that race is of a lesser degree of the other races. So you continue to say ethnic minority. You continue to say social certain things and certain keywords, whether you realize it or not, that keep you in a certain place. So if you keep believing you're a minority, you will forever believe that you don't have the power to fight back against the majority. You will always feel lesser than. And so it's just little things like that. It was built. It was like a master plan that worked. They had to get us in Achilles' heel so that we could stay grounded, because we are, as a people, powerful, both physically and what we had materialistically, what we had built. That's why they didn't need us to go and build.
Let's not forget spiritually, because spiritually, I think our spiritual practices are used against us, and we're programmed to believe it's demonic. So spiritual practices had a lot to do with it. So we were powerful in all three areas, and I think that the spiritual aspect of it being stripped away and then replaced with different methods of religion has a huge part to play with it as well. So not to be disrespectful to anybody's religion out here, but in terms of African spirituality and the systematic replacement of our beliefs and what we are told to believe now, it plays a huge part. But you got
to remember, which I keep saying to people, and this is a problem for us as Black or ethnic minority people. We don't have our own media and things where we can start changing the narrative. If you've got people like Rupert Murdoch pumping same things to you every single day, it becomes real. When you're reading all these magazines and all these papers it's the same sort of narrative being said. These are the standards of beauty. You've got to do this. This is what gets fed into you. So there's no reason to do. If you're back in when I was younger, I remember when Black people was on TV, it was like Black people on TV, Black people on TV. It was a big thing. It's a big thing. And like, if all you see is pretty white women as a young man, you think, oh, that's the standard of beauty. That's what you're looking at. And people
representation matters.
It matters.
Sure. But we had this conversation off air, me and Natalie did today, with some of the things that we've been experiencing, and I think all of us have got a part in Black excellence on the screen, and we've got a lot of work to do, and we're not gonna get any help doing it. We have to just get up and do it. So I think as we grow and as we build, media and stuff can become a part of it. But it's like you said, it feels like we've got a whole bunch of paper with no scissors to cut up. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I think that's where we're at. That's the problem.
We need the tools, and you need the tools to be able to create what you need to create. So if you want to create a statue, we need a monument. We need something to create. And
I think
we may have the clay, but we don't have the skills to develop the clay.
I think expecting the same people who built the system to give you that scissors it's not going to happen. But we've got 1 minute now. I just wanted to share this. Is anyone surprised? Tim Westwood charged with 4 counts of rape.
No.
68 years old, and they're only charging him now.
DIM, not Eastwood, Westwood. I used to love him.
What did I say?
No.
Did I say Eastwood?
No, I said it. That was his catchphrase back in the day. Radio, not Eastwood, Westwood.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's downward now, boy. It's downward now.
But wasn't there something out about him years ago?
Yeah, there's always been things out about him.
Why do you think it's taking so long for them to bring these kind of people to justice then?
Because
people ain't talking about, are they? More than so. You know what? I can't. Like I've known. You know when you're. I'll give you a little story. So when I used to work in teenage pregnancy, they were trying to do ways of getting people to come to kind of around teenage people. So talking about doing events. So one of the ideas from we used to work with these media companies. It's always very pretty white women with very straight hair, black bob cut, pencil skirts, who used to sit like this in the chairs, and they used to talk about teenage pregnancy is high, and we know how to kind of carry it. And we're going to have Tim Westwood come down to do an event. And what we're going to do is we're going to get Tim Westwood to talk about it on his radio station to get people to come. And each borough is going to have its own event, and Tim Westwood's going to promote it for each borough.
Meanwhile, he's the impregnator, allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly, so them said not me.
And I remember sitting in the meeting thinking to myself, I said, and one of the black women there was like, Gary, so how do you think? I said, look, I know Tim is all right, but how can you have Tim Westwood, who's on BBC Radio 1, which is a national radio station, promote a rave in Hackney and expect no one from any other borough to go to it? Like, are you dumb? There's going to be things. And then wherever Tim is, that you know there's always a shooting or some sort of sexual assault. always. And that got kicked out. And it doesn't surprise me.
Karma's catching up. Tazzy says, white, I can't see it properly, hang on. White privilege, that's how so many get away for so long before they get caught. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The same goes for Diddy though. He went on for ages, and then it's only now is catching up with him. For years he's been on this. Yeah, so apparently so. I didn't know that.
Tim. Even when I used to go Gas Club back in the day.
Harvard, like really out here just doing that kind of thing.
I didn't know about the rape thing, but
allegedly.
I always know. Yeah.
What them say it is?
I remember when we used to go Gas Club and Tim was there, or when them raves, he used to always walk in with about 6 or 7 young girls. Like on his DJ, or go out with X amount of people all the time. How much girls I knew? Yeah, Tim tried to get me to come back to his house and stuff. And them days we was like 18, 17, 18, 19. So Tim was 29, 30.
Yeah, I always thought he was creepy and weird anyway. But with that said, we're 3 minutes past 10, and I have to thank you both, Gary and Natalie, for joining us 2 weeks in a row, because you've both clearly said I'm not doing it every week, but yeah, but I appreciate
you got a headscarf on. Next week, Natalie's going to come with like the headscarf's going to be a bit
lower.
A dressing gown.
But I appreciate you guys coming and giving
to
up
say
your time.
before tomorrow, if people don't know, it's Colin Crawford's funeral.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, so yeah, they're going down there to celebrate the life of Colin Crawford. Yeah, I mean, Mr. C.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
May he rest in peace. Rest in peace again to D'Angelo.
Yeah. And D'Angelo, D'Angelo passed away today as well.
D'Angelo passed away today to cancer. I felt bad because I was just like, "Wow." So Angie just died the other day. Angie died 1st of March.
And now he gone.
Because we had no Bravado live the day she died, so 1st of March. And then what are we?
Same
October.
Go live again.
Yeah, 6 months later.
When D'Angelo died, but yeah, this one was in person. The first one, it was our in-person show.
Live, okay.
Yeah, the live in-person show. So yeah, life is short, y'all. You have to just enjoy yourself and find your tribe. Try not to take things too personally and live good. That's what
so much people are falling down and all kind of different things. And I mean, I don't know if it's through our food, our diet, not eating, whatever we're doing. It's just, I mean,
definitely processed foods and sugar, I think.
Yeah, things like that. And the funny thing about it is, most of us from the countries that we come for, sugars are that. I mean, sugar cane all day with my.
Natural sugar. There's a difference between natural sugar and processed sugar.
Processed, yeah.
Yep.
It's kicking back.
Big difference.
I'd be sucking on that thing all day.
I bought a bottle of Schlur from Iceland Saturday, and I've always liked Schlur. Well, took 1 cup of foam. My stomach was like,
yeah, I had it.
I thought, let me leave it. Took another cup, and I was like, shit, this thing is way too much sugar.
Yeah.
And
I think they're turning up the ingredients right now because too many of us are sitting down. So
even I put water in it.
You know, I went for, because over Easter, I don't eat sugar.
Oh, do you not? You give it up for Lent, 40 days.
Lent for 40 days. But when you end up going back to it, oh my! One time I stopped eating salt and sugar, and one time I ate something, I was like, this thing is so salty. Like if you give up for a couple of weeks or sugar, these things are.
Yeah, so if you could sit it out for a minute.
If you can get it out for a minute, get out of your system, it's good.
Your blood cells, your red blood cells revive themselves every 3 months, isn't it? So if you can push it out, and then at the fresh start of the next 3 months, you'll be in a better, because my brain, you lot know my brain goes all over the place. So when I was thinking about things that we can do, like when I figured out that, well, not that I figured it out, but when I discovered that insulin is a hormone, then I kind of thought to myself, okay, well then that would explain why so many black women go into diabetes when their bodies start changing, your hormones start going out of whack. So it's basic shit to balance your hormones, look after yourself, and then if you look after your cells and your blood cells, and then super cell came in to my mind. So I was like, I wonder if you charge up your cells with the right thing, if that helps. Well, it's mind, body, and spirit, isn't it? So if you look after your body and you look after your cells, it is going to charge you up in all ways around. So I think that's part of the reason why there is so much convenient bad food for you, because it disconnects you from because if you're healthy and you're charged up differently in all areas as well. And I really believe that. And I think like the fried chicken that we love so much is low vibrational food, mate. So it keeps.
But it tastes good, though, innit?
It tastes good, but it's low vibrational. So yeah. But to sit here and say that I'm gonna be able to chew on flipping walnuts and spinach all the days of my life, I'd be lying. But to you know what I mean? But to cut down on some sugar, I'm definitely gonna work on it. To try and walk a good few steps a day, I'm gonna work on it. So there's certain things that I can do to do better. But yes, guys, appreciate your time, and love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for contributing your comments and all of everything that you do. We appreciate it, and I'd like to get 3,800 likes on a positive post, please.
Like,
do you know what I mean? That would be nice. Try and spread some love. But as always, we appreciate you all. So
peace.
Thank you. Spotlight, people. Peace.
Assalam.
Good night.
Bye, Gary. Gary, first interview.
He's like a magician.
Gary holds us hostage every single time we say we're coming off. And then bye.
Don't say the word bye. You keep him.
Bye.
When we say bye, it's a wrap. So
good night, ladies.
Good night.
Night, guys.
Yeah.
Night, love. Bye.